Boom shakala.
We're recording, guys. All right, everybody, welcome to the Zoom training. There's a lot of new faces here, and I'm super excited about all the new people because this team is awesome, guys. If you haven't already experienced that, like, you totally will, because it definitely matters where you sign up and who you sign up under. So because you're in this group, you all are already automatically amazing. To do great. So Tara asked me to chat about signing up LCs because it can sometimes be tedious, or we can kind of come into conversation stoppers. So I'm kind of going to go over some of that. And if you have questions, you can type in the chat, and I will try to keep up with those. So when I started this business, I asked Tara, like, because she's been doing it for so long, like what it was that kept her in it for the long haul, like what she did at the beginning that served her later on. And like the main things that she said and the advice that she gives to people is to stay consistent, to have tough skin, so get your skin thick, Jordan, and to stay organized. Organization is huge. So I'm going to go through those three things and go into a little more detail of how I do some of those things, and maybe you all can relate to that. So the consistency part, we all know, like, we do 5 things every day. So we post every day on Instagram and Facebook. We post stories on Instagram. We do our messages to people. Messaging is huge. We comment, and we message, follow up. Yeah, I didn't say that one. So every day, every single day, this is something, like, the consistency is just, that's what's going to build people, because people that you talked to 3 months ago, if you keep up with them, like, it'll be something that comes around. And whether it's rain or shine, or you're busy, like, we're all busy. That anybody that knows me well knows that's like a huge pet peeve of mine when people say, oh, I'm too busy, because in my mind, like, I try never to use that as an excuse, because we all have the same hours in a day. And of course there's circumstances that are going to be different than any other day if there's family illness or something comes up. But on any typical week, like, we should be doing things every single day. That's what's really helped me. I can't say there's like one super specific, like, magic button of what gets people LCs. I mean, there's so many different factors that come into play. But definitely, like, doing things over and over, and sending out your 60 messages a few times a day, and planning out your posts. Like, Tara having that calendar and showing us, like, different ideas of what to post every day is huge. Like, that gives us a variety to connect with our audience. So let me see, what else did I write? Okay, and working it like a business. I know a ton of you are already doing that, and that's the people I see that pops up, like, boom LC, boom LC. Like, you guys are killing it because you're treating it like a business. You are sacrificing like your sleep in the morning. I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but the people I see that are up early or up late, or you see in the chat, like, put themselves in the middle of it. I remember an elder one time telling me to stay active in the congregation, like, put yourself in the middle of the congregation. That's where you want to be, because that's where you are going to thrive. So we kind of want to do that with our team. Like, we want to put ourselves in the middle, so we're getting the best benefit of all of these leaders. There's so, like, you guys are awesome. There's so many different types of people on our team, and there's introverts, extroverts, people that are awesome at LCs, people that are awesome at DTs, people that are just killing Facebook or killing Instagram or killing the blitzing. Like, there's so many different types of people here. So when we keep ourselves in the chat groups and in Jade's group and in goal getters and all sorts of things, like, we're gonna super duper benefit. Okay. And just really wanting it, like prioritizing. Let me see, I took notes, fast paced. Oh, I think the important thing too with repetitive, it might seem repetitive to us in our stories or our posts, doing the same thing over and over, like just wording it a different way. We are in a world, a society that has gotten so used to instant gratification. Like they are used to something in their face all the time, being reminded of it. So we're almost competing with that kind of advertising. So if somebody sees college in 1 week and they're like, oh, I want to order that from Misha, or I want to grab that from Saray. If we never post about it again, like they're going to forget. They're totally going to forget. We have to be front and center. And it's almost like if you don't post one day or if you don't do a story, people are going to be like, oh, she probably stopped doing the business. You know, she's probably gone. I'm going to go to somebody else. I'm going to go to Ingrid and order from her because she posted today. So she's around. Like, it's so crazy how our minds have been like rewired in 2019 because of social media and the internet and just everything being bam, bam, bam fast. So if we're always like in front of people, whether that's through messaging or texting or posting or stories, like that's awesome. So that's the part about consistency. The other thing Tara gave me huge advice on was having thick skin. Now I feel like I just turned 33. I feel like I've kind of trained myself to have thick skin over the years, but I mean, there's still definitely things that can get to me, like different fears I've had. So I have definitely had to get used to like people saying no. And it doesn't even bother me anymore. If I message 60 people at one time, and I'm doing that 3 times a day, and out of those 60 people, there were maybe 5 people that even saw it and messaged me back, and maybe only 1 person that was interested. That's still 3 people a day that are interested in our stuff. Times that by 7, like you have 21 potential LCs in 1 week that you can write in your little notebook and like follow up with on whatever date that, and I'll talk about how I organize my binder. Actually, Chloe or Tara, my binder's in front of the couch upstairs. Mm-hmm. You grab that, it's that giant blue monstrous binder that I have, and Tara's like, I don't understand that thing. Okay, so going back to the thick skin. So if you only have like that one person out of that group that messages you back, and there's other people that are saying no or just ignoring you, like they're like, you can't take it personally. I know that's hard to say, but it's so imperative that you understand nobody's out to like hurt you or get you or ignore you or offend you. They just might not be interested right now, or they might have seen it and they're in the middle of something and they don't have time, and you can go back to them later. Or maybe they truly don't want our products, but the worst thing they can say is no, like that's it. And if somebody is like crazy or rude or inappropriate, like the block button's amazing, guys. It is awesome because it makes things super easy and it doesn't make things complicated. So just focusing on like the interested people instead of giving our energy or attention to like anything negative. Like, why did that person do that? What did I post that they don't like about me? Why could I have worded it a different way? Like, what was it? What, like, focus on those that are interested. Like, just keep moving with it. And that's what's going to really grow your business, because with signing LCs, the more no's we get, the more we're putting ourselves out there and the more opportunity for new LCs. So also trying to face your fears head on. We all have like different fears that we might have come into this business with. I know for me, I didn't even know this until I started the business, but I have noticed when I'm following people and when I'm getting ready to message them, like I have it in my head, because I'm like a bigger chick. I'm like a little over 200. Let me throw it on out there for you guys. If I see somebody that's like crazy fit and already working out a ton and already, I don't know, killing it with their diet and everything, I noticed myself like retracting, like, what if they come back with something crazy terrible, or what if they do what, like all these what ifs. When I actually sit down and think about like the worst thing that could possibly happen is they might be rude to me and I block them. That's it. That's the worst. And that hasn't even happened yet. No, that's like all imaginary in my brain. I'm just saying, like, if we really lay it out logically, there's nothing to be scared of. Like, this is so easy, guys. Like, just messaging, like, it's not like we're face to face with somebody. Like, we can kind of say whatever, and just as long as we're keeping the conversation going and being ourselves and being honest with our intentions, like, most likely it's going to get a decent response. Okay, and then organization. Tara told me that was a super important thing for keeping up with my business long-term, was starting fresh, like starting from the start, being organized. And if anybody knows me, I am a very messy person. Like, I'm organized with my full-time massage business. Like, I keep my clients pretty good, pretty organized, but if you look in my truck, it looks like there's a family of possums that live there. Like, it's insane. So I was worried about the organization part. I see some of you girls with like these nice, neat planners that every day you're writing in like your gorgeous handwriting and like doing things. So I don't know, like checking off your to-do list. And that's just, my brain works like a squirrel. So I'm like, I don't even know if I can keep up with that kind of thing. So Tara showed me notes like the first day that I started this business. So the Notes app, I know a lot of you already do that, but I keep everything organized in there in subjects, so that if somebody's asking me about collagen, or somebody's like, hey, what are the ingredients in hair, skin, nails, or I'm interested in this business, what is it that you actually do? Like, I don't have to sit there and go through the chat or like message a bunch of people, hey, what do I do for, like, it's all in my notes. If it's a question that's already been asked to me and I had a decent answer, like either drawn up by myself or someone else, like I have it saved in my notes. So it kind of works perfectly by keeping organized. And the other thing I do, Gretchen actually taught me this a couple years ago, and it might look a little crazy gray. So have you guys heard of I think it's called tickler system? I think I'm saying that right. I don't think it's tickle system. Tickler? I don't know. But so it's a rotating, I don't even know how to describe it. So it's pretty much like a planner that's rotating. So you can move things around. So what I did, I got one of those like old school binders that you had in middle school that zipper up. And I grabbed my husband's baseball / comic book card holders. So these babies, the plastics. I took index cards, cut them in half so that they fit perfectly in here. And what I do after I send out messages on Instagram, if somebody's interested, or even if they're interested and say, hey, I want more information, I can't do it now, or I want more information, I don't have any money, or before the holidays, hey, holidays are coming up, just contact me later. I write that person's name down and I put it on the day of the month in my binder that I want to contact them. So I'm going to try to show this to you. All right. So I have all the 1 through 31 over here. And so usually every day I have about like 6 or 7 people on each day that I want to follow up with from like Instagram. And then I have all of my people that have become LCs. I write it at the top. And then I write what we've been talking about. And then when I go back to the conversation through texting, because I've gotten their phone number. You want to get their phone number as quickly as possible. And it's not weird, guys. It's not like, I haven't had anybody be like, oh my goodness, you weirdo, don't ask me for my phone number. Like, I've had somebody like not respond before, but everybody else is like, yeah, sure, here. And all you have to do is say, hey, I want to keep in better contact with you. And Instagram can be funny sometimes. Can you send me your number and I'll put you in my phone. So all I have to do is go to my contact list and type in PLC and it pops up. And I probably follow up with all of those people at least once a week. That means even if they haven't responded to me, even if it's my name on the side 7 or 8 times, hey girl, what's up? How's it go? Like, I keep messaging, because the truth of it is, if somebody's interested, they're interested. Like, they're not all of a sudden going to be like, why is she contacting me? They said, yeah, they said they were interested. So that takes all the pressure off of you. You don't have to feel like you're annoying somebody or stalking somebody or harassing somebody, because they actually showed that they were interested. And if you think about it, if you are wanting a product, let's say like you really need a new vacuum like I do. And you're like, I need to go to Target and get a vacuum, but like life just keeps coming at you. Like, you're working, you have kids that are sick, like it's not a priority at that time, but you still want that vacuum. You just keep forgetting and it's not a priority. But in your email, you'll get 2 or 3 emails from Target coupons every week. Do you look at those emails and be like, oh my goodness, Target's harassing me. How dare they send me these messages? Like, this is crazy. I didn't really actually want that vacuum. No, like, you still want that product. Like, so if people are interested in hair, skin, nails, like, they still want hair, skin, nails. They just haven't made the time or haven't made it a priority. So it's our job, it's our responsibility to show them that it's a priority. And that comes across in how we talk about the products, how we talk about the business. We want to get excited. We're excited. All of us are excited. I've seen you all excited about this business. Like, we talk in the chat like we've been besties all our lives. And when we talk to our potentials, we don't want to suddenly become a robot and be like, so I like this. Do you want more info? Like, that there, we need to be specific, and we need to show them that we use the products. Like, we need to be a product of the product. So probably at least 3 or 4 times a week in my stories are me using products. So whether it's me making the collagen drink and shaking it up, or letting my kids shake it up, or they love making my keto coffee and chocolate greens mocha dream. They love making that for me. So I'll just point the camera. It's easy peasy. I point the camera at them. They make it for me. Everybody comments, oh, they're so cute. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, what is that? What are they making? Oh, keto coffee. I've heard of that. Tell me more. Like, if people see you using it, they want to connect on that level. Like, it's pretty amazing how being a product of the product actually is effective. And we always want to be positive about the company in the way that they, like the loyal customer auto ship. So that was I realized when I started, that was a fear of mine. And I think it was Jade in I went through like YouTube, and I was doing some stalking there and watching like some of her old videos. And I think in one of them, she was saying that if we have a fear about something, that's going to shine through and come across to our potentials, even if we're not saying it. So for instance, I had no problem that people that were excited about the products and like I knew probably had money, just like people I know. I'm like, I can talk to them all day about auto ship because they have all this money and they're going to get on, and I know it. And then if there was somebody that showed any kind of hesitation about money, I was like, oh no, like, how do I talk to them about like 90 days? Like, that's huge. And I would be thinking that in my brain, and it would come across in my messages. So I had to come at that fear like head on. Just like I was saying, I had to come at that fear of being like a bigger chick trying to talk to like a little chick that's fit. Like, I have to just come at that head on, face that, tell myself, like, make myself aware and validate that fear, and then approach it in a positive way. Figure out how I can twist that around. So I did a lot of research and really studied up exactly what being a part of AutoShip and loyal customer, and it got me to really realize how beneficial this is. They get 40% off. A loyal customer gets 40% off. That's huge. They get our discount. We have the same discount. So we can get excited and be like, you can get my discount. And all you have to do is order for 3 months. Like after that, you're a loyal customer for life. You get 40% off for life. You're always going to be my loyal customer. And this is the only obligation. And guys, it's only $25 that they have to spend. Like I was in a company before that if somebody wanted to do any type of like AutoShip, they had to spend at least $50. And for me to receive any type of commission check, even though my commissions were like barely anything, I had to order $100 worth of stuff. Like there was nothing like we do where if like you can order 80 volume, or like if your downline has already ordered, what is it, 140? What's the?
For your AutoShip?
Yeah. Well, what is it? You have to have volume?
150.
150. Yeah. So it was nothing like that. So this is a huge blessing that we have right in our hands. So to get excited with people about it. So going back to the organization, see what else I wrote down. Oh, and keeping up with the loyal customers. So the ones I've been signing up, like I said, I put them in my binder and I just write on the top, like I make a little highlighter note that they've become an LC, and then I change them in my phone to LC, LC Gretchen Shoemaker instead of PLC, or I say like PDT Chloe Corcoran, and then when she's a DT, now she's in my phone as DT Chloe Corcoran. So that way it's so easy to like find them in your thing. So sorry, my phone keeps shutting off where I keep losing my spot. Oh, so keeping up with loyal customers. So I want to make sure I remind them every month, a couple days before their AutoShip, that they have an AutoShip. And this is just something personal I'm trying to do to get accustomed to. I want them to be able to keep ordering. So the end of the 90 days is coming up very shortly for a lot of my LCs. And I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, how have you loved the product? I've been talking to them all along, like every few weeks I text and message. But I'm going to make sure to like reach out and talk to them about the perk points they've ordered or they've earned as being loyal customers, and like the free products that are available to them. And I'll talk to them about ThermoFight, like a new product that's come out, and what their health goals are and what new challenge they want to start. So I can talk to them about all different things, because you want to keep that person going on AutoShip. You want to show them all the benefits there are of that. Okay, and I think the last thing I just wanted to, something that comes across, oh yeah, you guys all being leaders, like you, and I've seen it, like I've seen you all do amazing customer service. We want to make sure we're providing like top-notch customer service. We want people thinking about It Works reps as like the best of the best as far as helping their customers. And because really our job as a leader, because we are all leaders, even if you just started, you are a leader. You have now signed into leadership, like it or not. So your job is to serve your customers. And that's how we're going to grow. That's how we're really going to thrive in this business. And we want to stay as positive as possible. Positivity is contagious, guys. So if you are excited about this company, that's going to show in your stories. That's going to show in your posts. That is going to attract people. People are going to want to hear what you have to say. I did screenshot a message just to give an example of how long I talked to this woman. I found her on, I think somebody did a host post for me back in early November. And a woman, her name's Amy, commented on it. So I reached out to her, and I got her number right away because I wanted to make sure I didn't lose her. If she changed her Instagram name or Facebook, or I had her contact information. It's very important. So I said, hey, Amy, it's Jordan from Facebook. And then I talked to her about the keto coffee. I won't read in detail. And all she said back, this was on November 25th, was TY. Okay. So I said, you're welcome. And then that was it. And this, I was still learning like how I probably should have pushed the conversation more, but I didn't. And then a few days later, hey, Amy, happy almost weekend. How are you today? And I always put like a ton of exclamation points and smiley faces and hearts and stuff. And you don't have to be, if you're not like, if that's not you, don't do that. Saying like, find your way to show excitement, because we all love these products. We all love this company. And I was like, what questions do you have for me about the coffee? Nothing. December 3rd, so 3 days later, hey, Amy, it's Jordan, exclamation point, exclamation point. I'm so excited to get you started. You're going to love your results. I have a spot saved for you. Are you ready now? Still nothing. 2 days later, hey girls, so sorry if I scared you off. I get so excited about these products and I know you'll love them, but I know I can be a little too passionate sometimes. I never want to be pushy, just helpful. And she did respond, because sometimes if somebody's interested and you can kind of like pull at their heartstrings, like she wanted me to know that I didn't get offended. Wasn't trying to offend me. She said, no worries, you have done nothing wrong. I've just been so busy from work. And I said, thanks, girl. I totally get that. Still, that was the end. She never said anything. All right, I'll be quicker. December 7th, I was like, I know life is crazy, especially this time of year. If you know that there are certain things you want to order, I can definitely help you out and place an order for you. It'll be super easy and take me less than 5 minutes. And if that helps take one thing off your plate, I would love to help you. How does that sound? So you always want to end anything you're saying like with a question. I didn't always do that at the beginning, so that's why some of that wasn't that great. But I've learned like you want to keep the conversation always going. So always say like, how does that sound? Or what do you think? Or is that good for you? Or something along those lines. So then she said, thank you. I appreciate you offering to help me out, but I've been trying to order for 2 weeks now. I can use my bank account. I have to order in 2 carts. Like she wasn't even making any sense, but that showed me. So she was interested the whole time that I was getting 0 response. Like I could have easily been like, oh my goodness, she doesn't like me. Or, oh, she changed her mind. Oh, she's moved on. Oh, she wanted this product, guys. Like she wanted all this. And life got in the way. It was nothing personal. And I said, totally understand. Like you want to come alongside people. You want to get down to their level and relate, because we've all gone through this before too. Totally understand. Do you have PayPal? No, I don't understand PayPal. And I said, that's okay. You can link it to your bank account if you want to do it, blah, blah, blah. She said, okay, thank you. I'll get on later today. And I said, thanks so much. Just shoot me a text if you need clarifications. Will do. She never did anything. December 9th, I say, hey, lovely, do you have any questions? Nothing. I waited another week. December 14th. Hey, beautiful girl, did you figure out PayPal? No, I haven't had time yet. It wasn't until the next day that she reached out to me. Something must have shifted in her schedule. She had more time. And she said, how much is the coffee? Do you get it for $39? And then when I knew she was engaged, I then did a few voice messages, and just so she could hear my sincerity and hear how I wanted to really help her with stuff. And it was later that day. Let me see. Yep. It was later that day that she ordered. So that's an extreme case. That's not everybody. I had a woman yesterday that I talked to for the first time, and she's like, yeah, sure, I'll sign up. And I was like, well, that's weird. But like people see how we present ourselves. So we always want to be positive and helpful and relatable and be ourselves mostly. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. I know it's a few minutes over. Yeah, it's 8:34, and I know I've rambled, and some of that maybe didn't make sense, but oh yeah, Tara said, open it up to any questions that you guys have had, any struggles getting LCs, or ones that maybe have gotten LCs, and good tips too. So could I say something about being here? Oh yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, I just want to say something about being yourself. Like, it's really, really critical to be yourself, because some people have like a really bubbly personality. Some people are really shy, and you're going to actually attract the people that are like you. So it's really, really easy that way, because the people, for example, my bubbly personality, I'm kind of like Jordan. Like I do like a lot of exclamation points, and then I'll usually put like 4, and then I'll dial it down to like 2 because I'm like, maybe that's a little too much. But it's because I'm just so excited. But I
Right.
have to remember too that not everybody is like me. So they may look at it immediately and be like, oh my gosh, like this is way too much. I am ghosting her and I'm not saying anything, or I'm just going to like her message that she sent me. And it's usually the other people that do seem to have a bubbly personality that I've noticed like through like their profile. They're the ones that will actually comment back to me, and they have a lot of exclamation marks too. And so pretty much what I'm saying is it's like your personality is going to attract your personality. So that's actually you building your brand, and you stepping out of your box is going to also inspire other people too, because they're going to say, oh my gosh, like this girl, like she doesn't really know anybody, or she's really, really shy, or, or she's like so crazy like me. Like I love her. I want to connect with her and I want to get something from her, or I want to be a part of her team. Like she's killing it. So it's like huge. Just like be yourself. That's all
Absolutely.
I wanted to say.
No, I love that because that's so true. Like there's if we appease everyone and if we try to be something for everyone, we're going to attract no one. Like we're not going to build our brand. We're not going to have a niche of people. We're just going to look like we're being fake. We're not going to look like we're just going to look like a yes man, like just kind of doing whatever. So absolutely right, Misha. I agree. Like if you are an introvert, that's 1000% okay. Because you are going to attract, there are ambassador diamonds that, well, who was it? Yeah. Ashley last week. She's an introvert and she has built herself to ambassador. So yeah.
She's an introvert.
Yeah.
Rachel Jones is an introvert. The number 2 incomer, Cassie Westland, is an introvert.
Nice. And that's why I love this team, because we are all so different. And that's so important to recognize all of our strengths, because we all have something to bring to the table. So I love this team so much. Oh, okay. Macy, when people don't respond to messages, do you just keep sending them different messages? Yeah, pretty much. Like I just kind of change it up. Like I was reading that message. I just might wait a couple days. It's not like I text somebody 5 times a day. Like I won't harass them. But I used to wait a week and put somebody on the following week. But I had watched a video about that Jade did. And she said she just keeps the conversation. She'll wait a day or 2 and she'll message them back. And she'll keep at it until somebody is like, stop messaging me. Like they are always a potential. So yeah, you can have all sorts of different types of messages saved in your notes, Macy. And then obviously in your own word, like what sounds like you, and then just kind of come at it from different angles. Yeah. Any questions? Yes, go ahead. Your name's not popping up. I'm sorry.
Oh, me?
Yes, you. There it goes.
Yeah.
I was here on laptop, so I don't know how to use it. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say how important of being consistent is. I had messaged this lady, and she's a very successful coach. She never got back to me. Weeks after, she suddenly just sent me a message saying that she's been seeing my stories about the coffee, and she didn't even let me explain what the coffee was about much. And she signed up on the spot just because she sees my post. So I'm like, oh, yeah. So that was exciting. So
she reached out to you?
She messaged me.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Good.
she reached out to me. So it was exciting. So consistency definitely is key.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. I love that. And I know like that's why our posts are so important, but that's also why like messaging is super important, because if sometimes it's gonna take messaging people and they might have been following us for a couple years, you know, I mean, and now they're like, oh, okay, like now I'm interested because we took the initiative and reached out. So we can get LCs all different ways, but I love that person reached out to you. That's really, really cool. And that shows that you're true to your brand, you know, really being yourself. Like she felt comfortable enough to like say, hey, I want to be a part of this.
I told her, let me know when you get it, and I'll show you how to make it. She's like, I've been seeing your videos. You don't have to contact me. So I'm like,
You've already showed me.
Yes. I just wanted to share that.
Very cool. I love it. I love it. And Misha said, and sometimes if they've seen it, then depending on what the message is, I'll unsend it and resend either something similar or something completely different. Absolutely. Like if 4 weeks have gone by and I'm like, this person saw my thing and they just never responded to the initial message I'm talking about. On Instagram, you can unsend it and it sends them a notification that something got unsent. And you can just say, hey, we have a new, you know, a new product out, Thermophyte, or a new deal for this product. And so changing it up. Perfect. Okay. Alrighty. Should I wrap it up, Tara? It's 8:40.
If they're ready.
Yeah. Any other questions? You guys can.
Can you just take a picture of the group?
Yes.
Can we take another picture?
Another one. Yeah.
You can get in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Chloe, come up here.
Everybody smile. Oh, it's me, right? I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
You should do crazy faces.
Okay. That's your like go-to.
I know. I love
Let
crazy.
me do yours.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. I'm an idiot. I didn't even have my camera on the computer at all.
Selfie mode.
This is what I took. What am I doing? Oh my gosh, guys.
Look at this cute keyboard.
It's not like I know how to take pictures for a living or anything. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Did I do it again? Kind of, but it's okay. I got one.
Somebody had to have gotten a good picture.
I'm so excited that everybody got on tonight.
Yeah, look at this group.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you guys for listening to me. I ramble a lot, can you tell?
I love the ramble. All right. We'll see you in the chat.